All right. And we are live. All right. Hi, everyone. If you're here, welcome to this full moon in Pisces reading. We are going to be doing kind of a general reading and then get to some pick a card readings also at the end. But I just want to ask you guys, how are you feeling during this full moon? What are you guys kind of noticing come up for you? Are you noticing any kind of strong feelings or anything like that? Put it in the chat. All right, I'll start with how I am feeling. I've definitely noticed, just being a little bit more tired. I definitely noticed that my heart chakra zone has been really activated, and I've been doing some chest opening yoga poses today to kind of just activate that and really open that up. There's definitely a feeling of this full moon wants me to open, wants us to open. There's definitely an energy of kind of letting things go and perhaps reassessing, like, what am I doing right? What is working? What is not working? What am I willing to kind of let go of or shift or change? So with that, we are just going to get into some general cards for all the viewers just to see what kind of is the focus of this full moon and Pisces. Also, Mercury retrograde is like right around the corner, so we have that as well. Carrie, feeling charged, desire, focus, and clarity in my life and how to dress. Yeah, for sure. There's definitely like a tunnel and there's definitely like a fire behind this energy. Even though it's a water sign and we're in Virgo season, it doesn't really make sense, but it definitely feels like this strong shift with everything that's been happening in the world. But there definitely is this like fuel for the fire inside that I feel like I've been feeling, sounds like other people have been feeling. But let's pull some cards to kind of get a general, feeling as to what this full moon is kind of bringing up for the collective, as well as the Mercury retrograde, which is just around the corner. And I've totally noticed a lot of technical problems, and I've just been really mindful of my technology and making sure I'm going really slow with my technology and making sure that I'm giving it grace, because I feel like with Mercury retrograde, if sometimes you can kind of just use it to be like, oh, everything's crazy because of this, but usually Mercury retrograde is like a time to slow down and to process and take things a bit slower, especially with technology, and that's computers, that's cars, that's communication as well. Just being slower and more mindful with that definitely helps. So let's see what the general kind of vibe is right now. Let's see. General vibe. That. So first card was Six of Cups. Let's see that, a little glary. So definitely a little bit more of a whimsical feeling with this full moon, a kind of curiosity, a little bit of a childlike spark almost wanting to come out and be explored and be like, hey, listen to me, like having more fun with things as well. The past couple of years have been pretty intense and pretty heavy, and this energy is kind of asking for releasing that heavy burden and having more fun with the whimsical aspect of what we can create in this life and what we should be creating in this life. I also have the Hanged One here. So yeah, definitely looking at the world, yourself, what you're trying to accomplish in a different way. Definitely, trying to take what is being shown to you and transform it, look at it a different way, like the situations that you're in, instead of always going into the same thought patterns. How can we think of a certain situation or a certain event or a certain process in a different way? Hi, Heather. All right, let's see what else is general collective energy reading for this lovely full moon. And so full moons are a time of releasing energy, and not just releasing energy, but kind of really looking at, okay, what's worked? What have I done that's worked? What have I done that hasn't worked? Where can I kind of shift that, release that, make some better changes, make some better ways forward? Like, that's kind of what full moons are all about. So we also have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely, wanting to start something new, wanting to plant that seed of, a goal that you're trying to do. And it doesn't have to be a big, crazy, vast goal. It can be something as simple as just how you speak to yourself on a daily basis, like really just noticing that and like working with that. Maybe it's health goals, maybe it is career goals, maybe it is just getting outside more. Like, there's definitely like a planting of the seed here, like wanting, like, even though it's towards the end of the year and we're already in September and there's not that much left of the year, there definitely is a need to kind of reassess. It's kind of like at the end of a quarter, it's like, okay, where are we going next here? What do I want next in this last little leg of the year? What do I really want? Like, it almost feels like a little bit like a New Year's kind of energy. It's like, okay, let's get things going. Like, what do I actually want to accomplish in this last little leg of this year? All right. Hi, everyone. So that's kind of what the full moon is definitely pulling in. And this Mercury retrograde, again, really slowing down with technology, communication, expectations, and just having fun with everything, really. That's the purpose of life. If we're always working, or if we're always like, my goals, it's got to be perfect, like, it's just exhausting. It's exhausting. You're going to burn yourself out and it's not going to be so fun. So yeah, I just have some little notes here. So I want you to ask yourself, what do you want to kind of create or bring in or call in, or goals? This incense is intense. Keeps on smoking at the camera. What do you want? Like, really, like, it could be a couple things. List what do you want and why do you want those things? And this can be a journal entry later tonight. Hi, Erin. It can be a journal entry later tonight. What do you want and why? And get specific. Get really specific. So I want you to journal that first. And then I want you to journal what scares you the most about this goal, and how can you take little action steps, little baby steps to that goal, because that'll really get you on your path. Like, finding what you want and what scares you, like going live, like that's pretty scary, but then just saying screw it and just doing it and going for it and see what happens. So that's what I have for you guys for kind of a journal prompt, as well as for the full moon. Some other helpful journal prompts would be, it's all about reset, release, reframe is what I like to think of full moons. You're not really just ending something, you're just shifting the perspective, reframing it. So you can also journal, I free myself of ... you fill in the blank. I forgive myself for ... I release ... or I release myself of ... and I free myself of ... So those are some good journal prompts if you're looking for something to kind of think upon or write upon tonight. So yeah, do you guys have any questions? I would love to open it up to some personal readings here. Just put the question in the comment box or the text box, whatever it's called. Or just keep it talking. I don't care. It can be so simple, or it can be complicated, your question. Or if you just want guidance, if you're just like, hey, I don't have a question, can you just pull a couple cards for me? That's kind of it. Mona, you're welcome, Mona. All right, Carrie has a question on the table. I'm in a time of transition with my relationship to money. I would love to ask how I can welcome more financial abundance into my life. All right, we love that. Let's start with Carrie first. Financial abundance. Okay. Bringing financial abundance into Carrie's life. How best to go about that? Sometimes the cards are really shy. They don't want to come out. Actually, I'm going to switch decks then. All right, let's go to this one. Carrie, same question. How can she better call financial abundance into her life at this time? All right. One more card here. Whoop, whoop. There we go. All right. So we have the Seven of Cups. So definitely, I feel like there's lots of choices to be made here. Ooh, no, there needs to be more things. Like basically, instead of just diversifying your financial portfolio, is what they always say, like diversifying your offerings, which I was just talking to my sister about this. Like, besides just trading your time for money, what can you offer that is substantial, that still fills that, niche of what you're doing, but in a way that can be a bit more passive and can be a bit more easy. And that way, having those different streams is going to help you have a more balanced financial kind of stream. So definitely choices, offering more choices here and more avenues for things to kind of come in, and maybe more passive things like creating goods or something that is digital that you just have to make once, and then it is like a solid, little thing. We have the Fool card here, and we have the Three of Cups. This is very bright. Sorry about that. So let's see. Definitely like a need to have fun with things, which you already do have fun with things, but definitely like having fun with things. And it's interesting that the Fool is here, because I know that you're also making some interesting transitions here. But what I get from that is trying something new, like trying something different, trying it all. Like, what else kind of tickles your fancy, and allow time for those kind of thoughts and ideas. Like, try to open yourself to be in a vessel of like ideas. Like, come to me, ideas. Like, let yourself be an open book, and write everything down, like good, the bad, the stupid. You're like, whatever, just write it down, and then take what feels good from that. What kind of makes you like, ooh, that sounds really exciting, or oh, I didn't even think about that. That sounds like a really interesting way to kind of make that. All right, that's all I have for you, Carrie. Let's move on. We have Serpent Visionary. Just launched a new online yoga program. Do you see it expanding and profitable? You're welcome, Carrie. Let's see your yoga program. Right. Your yoga program. What is going on with this yoga program? online, expanding and profitable. Whoop. Where'd it go? Well, that's a hell yeah. We got the King of Pentacles. It's really hard to see this bright light here, but yeah, I mean, that's the almighty financial card, but not even just like finances, but like legacy, steady. Like, this is the King of Pentacles. This is as high as you can go with the Pentacles. You know, it's about solid foundation. It's about steady growth as well. Like, it's not just going to come and then fall apart. It's going to be slow, steady, incremental growth. But let's see what else we get coming out for your business. One more. The cards are a little shy. I definitely recommend don't be too shy about putting yourself out there. You know, you are the brand, you know, your personality, what you like and everything. Like, bring that to the table, even if it's really scary. Use this full moon. What did we say? What do you want? What scares you? Try that. But we're getting the Five of Wands, and we have the Maiden of Cups here. So yeah, definitely like more of a internal struggle here, you know, the belief of yourself and what you're creating. And again, like I keep on getting like a shy energy. This is asking for you to not be so shy about putting yourself out there, because, you know, if you're creating like a yoga program, like, you're probably doing the yoga, so it's you. It's just get in that zone where it gets comfortable, and just to get into that zone where it's comfortable, you just have to keep on going with it. You just have to keep on making content. It's awkward, like, you're gonna hate your voice, you're gonna hate what you look like at first, but then after a while you're like, it doesn't even matter anymore. But getting out of that shy kind of mentality, and showing people like your true self, like who you are, like that sells. And that's what I like to watch too. I love watching people who create and show like their whole spectrum, their whole self. Like, that's why I come back to them, not because their content's better or worse, or like their yoga program's better or worse. It's because of them. So that's what I'm getting for you. All right, and Erin, we have next. We have just general guidance. Okay, we love that. You're welcome. Yay. All right. Yeah, put in the comments, like, if you don't have a question, just put in like what you want to release this new moon. Oh, sorry, not new moon. It's a full moon. Release this full moon into the next cycle of the new moon. Like, if it's something you're willing to share, what is something, or just put an emoji. Like, how are you feeling? Like, what is emoji that best like describes like what you're feeling right now? Because I feel a little crazy, a little bit all over the place. But let's go to Erin for her personal general reading. What does Erin need to know just right now? For Erin. Okay, that one. That one. And one more. Go. Oh, nice. I saw, this might be too much, but I saw 222 in the label of my underwear. You know how like it says like the size and the brand? It said 222 on it, and I was like, huh, that's weird. All right, for Erin, we have the Eight of Swords. So definitely feeling a little bit stuck in some way, stagnant in some way. You know, this card is usually someone tied up and then surrounded by a bunch of swords, but like, they're not really like, they could take off the blindfold, they could walk out, they're totally fine, but it's like a mental thing. There definitely is like this mental stuckness here, like of something, or something that you're trying to break free of, or like transform or shift or something, and you're just like, oh my God, like nothing's working. But it's like, yeah, there's just like this stuck kind of energy for something specific that you are asking about. Maybe you're asking for a general reading, but maybe this will refer to a specific thing. And then we have the Five of Cups. This is like kind of an intense looking card, but you know, it's not that bad. But fives are all about transformation. Like the number 5 is about shifting, perfect for the full moon. Like what is this kind of stuck, stagnant energy, feeling lost, feeling like what the hell am I doing kind of energy? What do you need to let go of? How do you need to transform that with this kind of 5 of Cups energy, and come at it with a bit more heart, with a bit more, you know, soul, instead of so much in your head, like swishing around like the what ifs and this and that. Like, you know, get more in tune with your heart space, especially since this full moon feels like really heavy on this, you know, your heart chakra and going forward. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is also the general kind of vibe, which is starting something new, planting that new seed. Once you kind of get out of this headspace, this shifting this perspective, you're able to see a little bit clearer. You're able to plant that seed, grow that seed, and kind of move forward. So that's what I have for you, Erin. Let's see who is next. We have Mona. Any ancestor messages? Right. Thank you. Got them from TJ Maxx. I love TJ Maxx. All right. Let's do Mona's ancestors. Any messages from Mona? I don't know. TJ Maxx is almost just as good as Target. Like, you're welcome, Erin. All right, Mona. Okay, let's see what we have. We have the 5 of Wands. There we go. So, yeah, definitely feeling a bit conflicted. You know, this card is usually like a bunch of people like with wands everywhere, and they're like whacking each other, but they don't actually hit each other. It's just like this intensity, that's this fire, that there's this, a lot of energy I think is happening right now in your life. And it came out kind of sideways, so it's like, it's almost like it teeters. Like sometimes it's intense, sometimes it's kind of relaxed. You know, it's sometimes all over the place. It just feels like a little scattered, and I feel like that's kind of the energy wavelengths that you're kind of in. But we do have the Mother of Wands, who is someone that can take that fire, those wands, and kind of harness it and kind of make it more balanced and put more meaning to it and nurture those passions and those excitements here. I want to get one more card for you, Mona. Okay, one more card. Mona, I'm curious what her ancestors have to say. There we go. Okay, we have Knight of Wands. So much passion, fire. They're definitely like wanting you to take that fire, to take those crazy times, to take those passions, to kind of really transform those. Like, you have so much fire on the table. You could start a fire with this all. Yeah, someone might even be nurturing the conflict, but what can you control in those aspects? Because the Queen of Wands here, like she's cool, she's collected, she knows how to harness that fire, she knows what she needs to do. And you have the Knight here, of which is a pretty darn fast moving card. So it's, yeah, what can you do? Like, how can you control your actions, your thoughts, your steps forward? Like, what do you need to do to kind of ease this chaos that's kind of coming in sideways almost to you? There is like a need to, yeah, to like learn how to harness your power even as well, and like speak your mind, like and do it in, obviously kind ways. What I like to say, like there's so there's like the compliment sandwich, and I like to do a boundary sandwich, which is like a positive thing, the boundary, and then another positive thing, and you can deliver messages and saying how you're feeling in a way that no one gets upset, you feel good, but your ancestors want you to embrace your power a bit more, to harness you. Like, what are you doing? If someone's like poking you with a stick, like you can choose to react multiple ways. What way are you going to react? That's kind of what they're wanting to tell you. So I have for you, Mona. All right. And then Ashante. Will your venture or idea go global? How successful will it be? You're welcome, Mona. All right. Love this. Venture or idea. What is your venture or idea, if you're willing to share? That sounds really fun. Will it go global? Let's see. Right. Shante, will your idea or venture go global? Mm-hmm. Get 2 more cards on the table here. Yep. All right. Interesting. We have the 7 of Swords here, which is interesting. Definitely, there's like a need for you to not do it so much alone. There wants to be a bit more of collaborativeness, perhaps branching out a little bit more, putting yourself out there a bit more, interacting with people a bit more, because that's really how you're going to build that global idea or venture. There needs to be a bit more, less selfishness and more openness. Not saying that you're selfish, but to share a bit more, to find people that are like also on the same journey as you, and learn how to support them, but find people like that you like and enjoy, and create like more of a community, instead of just being like, I can do it all myself and I don't need anyone and blah blah blah. But you need to like open that door up a little bit, And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. So definitely something growing, like definitely something you will take to that other level. The 9 of Pentacles is all about the luxuries in life, like having everything that you need, being stable. And this, like, for sure, like, to be able to afford that stability and those luxuries of life. It's not the 10 of Pentacles, it's not the King of Pentacles, but it's like that beginning. And it feels like with this kind of stability, you can definitely grow it into something more global. But again, there needs to be a more openness to what you're offering, who you're touching, who you're kind of spreading your ideas and your venture with, like, with everyone else. And then we have that same 5 of Cups card that looks scarier than it actually is. It's kind of scary in this deck. It's not that scary, but the 5 of Cups is here all about transformation, thinking of different ways forward instead of just seeing like, oh, this is all I have, this is all I've done so far, I have so much further to go. Like, you're not really paying attention to like how far you've come. You're kind of just immediately going on to the next thing, going on to the next thing. And so this is wanting you to really pay attention to what you have built so far and like where you are in your journey and your venture, and to not compare yourself too much to others, because that is the comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, as they say. And it's easier said than done if you're going to be out there mingling with people and kind of creating, a community. It's definitely tricky for sure. That's what I have for you. Let me see if there's any more comments or questions. Let's see. Oh, AIR movement 1, 2, 3. I love that. That's exciting. Yeah. Well, definitely one-man band probably needs to be, you don't even have to have two people to be a band. Lots of people create an album just by themselves, but definitely like networking and getting out there, I think is going to be cool. So anyone else have any final tarot questions for me? I will definitely check it out. I will. All right, if there are no more questions here, I guess we'll end this live. And yeah, take the rest of the full moon here to use those journal prompts. I can go over them again if you didn't get them earlier. Really sit with what do you want and why, get specific, and then follow that up with what scares you about that and how can you take baby steps to go towards that. As well as for this full moon to release, you can journal, I free myself of, I forgive myself for, I release myself from, and I free myself of, something like that. But yeah, so sit with that. You don't even have to journal. You can just sit with that for a second and see how that feels to bring in this new chapter, this new season. And yeah, have a beautiful evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me for this live. I appreciated it. And until next time, take care of yourself. Bye.